The local auto market is inundated with little econobox cars, driving machines that make up the roster of the now popular A segment. These little cars are relatively inexpensive, light and zippy fuel misers, boasting of big car features inside their cabins. The only problem with the A segment, other than it is quickly becoming oversaturated, is that the cars in this section are hard to tell apart. They all offer the same value and driving propositions, and it seems that all are cast from the same mold. The automotive A segment in the Philippines is scheduled to get a shot in the arm with the introduction of these new models, scheduled to make the local debut very soon. I won't tell you what they are just yet, but let me just say these two little cars are slated to make a big impact in the local market.
The Tagaytay Highlands was the setting for a test drive event hosted by Honda Philippines for members of the motoring media to have a sampling of two new subcompacts scheduled to make their Philippine debut very soon, the Honda Brio and the Honda Brio Amaze. Members of the motoring media gathered bright and early and made their way to the cool Tagaytay Highlands, where they would get a chance to test the Brio and Brio Amaze vehicles along the winding and undulating roads of Tagaytay. The first test drive in the Philippines of these two new vehicles from Honda, the Brio and Brio Amaze, arrived from Thailand, where they are currently manufactured. Members of the press were eager to get behind the wheel, but not before listening to some safety precautions and studying the route maps first. To set themselves apart from the rest of the vehicles in the A segment, the Brio and Brio Amaze sport more impressive numbers in both torque, horsepower, and power-to-weight ratios. Purportedly rated higher than that of the competition, the Brio and Brio Amaze are creating a name for themselves, even without yet being available in the country. Fans of these two tiny cars should visit the upcoming 5th Philippine International Motor Show, where they will be officially launched.
We are here for the first test drive event of the Honda's two completely new models here in the Philippines, which is Honda Brio and Honda Brio Amaze in the Tagaytay Highlands. I thought this is the very good venue in Tagaytay Highlands, so that the people test driving can really compare the power and the torque that the Brio and the Brio Amaze can bring against our competitors.
The media was not left in the dark, however, about some things. The Brio and Brio Amaze, though sporting the same badge, are two different vehicles. The Brio is a hatchback aimed towards the younger set, while the Brio Amaze is a compact sedan that is set to attract young professionals and those starting their families. Both cars sport a 1.3-liter four-cylinder engine that can potentially pump out 100 horsepower, and both are also available now with a 5-speed automatic transmission, something that isn't the norm in the A segment.
Today we're here at Tagaytay Highlands, and we just had a preview of Honda's new models, the Brio and the Brio Amaze sedan. So this is new, the latest Honda product to be launched this year. So the Brio is a hatchback. It's a small hatchback with the 1.3-liter four-cylinder engine, and the Brio Amaze is the Honda's latest small sedan. So it also has a 1.3-liter four-cylinder engine, and both are mated to a 5-speed automatic or 5-speed manual transmission.
Members of the media took turns taking the car through its paces, trading places to try both variants. The test course was laid out by none other than ace driver George Ramirez, who we were also able to catch up with for a few sound bites.
When they told me that basically their position now with the car in that segment was that they would have more power, more handling, more braking, and that sort of thing, right? So I figured that road that we drove today would be ideal for it because it has winding roads, and then we had also a hill climb on those winding roads on the way back, right? So it's a quick way to be able to show all those attributes in a short.
Honda is primed to kick things up a notch and to finish 2014 strong with the entrance of the Brio and the Brio Amaze. This year, they have successfully launched different models to the delight of the local motoring public. And it seems they intend to keep things going with the Brio and Brio Amaze. In fact, local Honda sales have increased by 7% this July, compared to the same month of 2013. Things are indeed looking promising for the Japanese car maker. After the members of the motoring media finished doing their rounds, a little time was set aside for a photo shoot and group pictorial.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions about the Brio or Brio Amaze just yet because they are still to arrive in the country. What's more is that we only got a little taste of what these tiny cars can really do. There are so many factors that still need to be considered, such as the car's longevity, aftermarket services, the reliability of the car's technology, and overall, the final cost of the car, which is always a deal breaker when it comes to these subcompacts. Nevertheless, I can say this, the Brio and the Brio Amaze are going to enter the local A segment and give the other vehicles a run for their money. The value and driving proposition that these two cars offer is indeed hard to deny, even on paper.